Hi everyone, so today I will show you how I make my oatmeal milk and honey. This is my body cream. So in the beaker, the yellow oil is jojoba oil. I just added unrefined cocoa butter and I'm adding now unrefined shea butter. So I like to add the unrefined to this because this cream was actually my first cream I ever made. And I like it, and a lot of people, when I first made it, they came back and bought more because it helped with their eczema, like winter eczema. Now the difference in this is that I'm using honey instead of glycerin. So after the shea butter, I added in my glycerol stearate, and this was my emulsifying wax. These are my emulsifier and my co-emulsifier. So in here, for this cream, I use aloe vera juice. This that I'm adding here is colloidal oats. This will help to hydrate the skin and keep it soft and moisturized. And this is raw honey. You could add glycerin as well. For this, you're only really looking for a humectant. And I know there's a cream out there called Glycomed. I can't remember. It's in a green container. And I still find that to be a little sticky. This does not make it sticky. So I just add it to my water phase and I make sure and try to stir that in. You will have clumps and all of this will actually settle to the bottom. You can add it in your cool down phase as well. I just like to add powders when I can because I don't know if it will clump up or it will be hard to actually dissolve. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my double boiler so that it can melt and everything can come up to the same temperature. So I have to use my big container today. I realize I have to a lot. I forgot how hot these beakers get. So you see that nice yellow color. I think the next time though I'll probably use jojoba clear. That works as well, but it wouldn't really change the outcome of the body cream because it's still going to be the same color. Okay, so now I'll add my water. Doing it this way, it does start to look like if it's gonna curdle. I was like, what's going on here? But you can see all the colloidal oats are at the bottom. So I'm just trying to get that out. So you have to work quick when you're doing these. Right. So I just make sure and mix that in really good. For this, I had to try to get around the corners and you're going to see it start to thicken up already. The oats does help to thicken it up faster, but then you also, the percentage of the emulsifying wax and co-emulsifier does help to thicken it up as well. So I'm just checking my temperature to make sure that I can go ahead and add my cool down ingredients. So this is my fragrance oil. I'm using oatmeal milk and honey, and this does not affect the how it works on the person's skin, because I did have as I said, the customers that usually buy it, they do either have dry skin or eczema, or one customer, the first one that actually bought it, had winter eczema, and the fragrance oil did not affect their skin. So I also added my vitamin E, and that is my preservative as well. So I'll just go ahead and mix. So one thing I noticed in this And I guess it is the colloidal oats this time, or maybe how I mix it. Maybe because I had to then put it into another container, but it was still a bit oily. So I just left it for a while and came back. So you see, like the next day here, it looks like buttercream. Oh, it looks like it's something I would eat, honestly. I mean, it smells so good. What I also did here, just to make sure that none of the oil might come to the surface, I added a little bit of arrowroot powder. Arrowroot powder I usually add in my body butters, but you can also add it to lotions or creams as well. So I did not take out my filler machine, and that's okay. This is how I usually do it anyway. For this one, I let it get thick because I'm accustomed to adding 9 ounces to my jar, so I wanted to make sure that I can add 9 ounces here. The other one, I don't mind. That's like the Rebel one is just like a one-off. That's won't be made again. So, but for my regular creams, I want to make sure that I have the right amount. So I do have to tap it down because air does get into it. But hopefully next time I can use the filler machine so that it works properly, or so that I can at least try to put it in without having to do this. So I was able to fill some 4-ounce containers and some 8-ounce and 1 2-ounce container. The 2-ounce I'll actually use that as a travel one. So I didn't get to show you this before because the cream was really hot when I made the other cream. But this one, I just go ahead and put on my little safety seals. And then I just go ahead and cover them. After this, I would just put on my label. And that's usually it. I'll just give you a demo of how the cream looks after. But this one, as I mentioned, I like it to be nice and thick. I have some extra jars there just in case I needed them, but I didn't need any extras. So this is just a demo. And see how thick that is. And you don't have any streaks. Again, having streaks is one of my biggest things. I try not to. So, and it glides really well on the skin. I think actually the arrowroot actually gives it a little extra boost. Maybe I'll add that to the full formula. But thank you so much for watching, as usual, and I will catch you on the next